Chapter 9 Balancing Tempers. Do you recognize him? No, but he looks like one of us. Except for the garments. Those are rather strange. Indeed. What should we do? I'm hearing unfamiliar voices around me. Bring him with us, I suppose. What if he was with a group? Way out here? Are you mad? It is in the middle of the desert, brother. There's 3 different people talking over me. I can't even open my eyes. Suppose you have a point. But it would appear he's washed up from the river. There's no telling where he's from. Did I survive? Who are these people? Where are Vorus and Valoria? Perhaps we rest him on the camel and return for herbs to heal him. Hanji, would you travel upstream while we go care for this young man? I'll see what I can find. Thank you, brother. Remain safe. Camel? Desert? Hanji? Dharma, assist me with the boy. Yes, brother. I feel my body being lifted, then a warm softness beneath me. Come, girl. Let us return home. I'm moving on an animal. I can feel the footsteps through my back. Where do you suppose he's from, brother? My guess would be west, but there's no knowing until he's awake. Indeed. Emperor Akbar shouldn't mind visitors. He may even want to meet him. It's silent for some time, until I drift out of consciousness again. I see sand everywhere. Men and women with a dark complexion are circling around me. The men are wearing long white coats and small white hats. The women dance around with transparent streaks of colorful clothing. They wear gemstones on their foreheads and jewelry from their ears. They're dazzling. All the people here are smiling and laughing, but I can't move. I'm stuck watching from down below. It looks like some sort of festival. Suddenly, a man that seems familiar sits in front of me and begins speaking. We did it! We won the battle for another day. His smile vanishes. Son, we may not win the next. Our numbers are few, and spirits wavering over those who have fallen. But our family has never backed down from a fight. For centuries, our ancestors waged wars to protect this sacred ground, and our beliefs as well. We don't give up, son. A Rajput never does. He reaches down to me. I grab a hold of one of his fingers with my whole hand. Easy, Dharma. I feel my body being raised once more, then placed to rest. Suddenly, I wake up in a fit of coughs and gasps for air. Whoa, 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 relax. A bald man in an orange strip of clothing pats my back. Just breathe. You're out of harm's way. Vorus? I continue coughing. Valor... Breathe, boy. You must breathe. A different voice appears. I slow down my breathing and calm the fits of coughing. My throat feels raw. Our brother will hopefully return with your companion shortly. May I ask you your name? The bald man sits with his legs crossed in front of me. Smith. My name is... Smith? The bald man sounds baffled. Did you hear that? Ashaka. Another man enters my field of vision. He wears a large white hat with a massive red gemstone encrusted in gold on the front. He has a thick black mustache and chest hair hanging from his low-collared white robe. A single blue feather sticks out of his headwear. Is that your birthright name? Smith. The fancy man twists his lip hair between his fingers. You have thoroughly piqued my interest. No. It was given recently. By whom? Back to the bald man. Voris. He saved me. They both stare at me like I'm some sort of mythical creature. I furrow my brow at them. Apologies, Smith. The bald man speaks again. I'm Dharma. My brother here is Ashaka. They both bow. You say you were saved not long before this as well? Ashaka stands before me now, pointing closely. Is that where this bruising on your face comes from? No. I think back to the man who beat me in the street. That came after. Well, Ashaka puts his hands on his hips, then nods toward my left arm. Surely when you lost your arm then? Somewhat. They both stare wide-eyed in suspense. I guess they want to know more. I fell off of Mount Lyria. You fell? You fell off of a mountain? Then you were saved by Forrest? So, the bruises. Ashaka keeps prying for more details. I was attacked and saved by Valoria. They raise their eyebrows at each other, then back at me. And now you were saved by us, from the river. Yes. That's some spell of bad luck, Smith, Ashaka notices. Dharma looks deep into my soul. I can feel him analyzing my spirit within. It's kind of intrusive. I see. He opens his eyes. It may not be luck after all, brother. And if any luck is involved, I'd say it was good. He continues to live and breathe, even after that many run-ins with death. I do not believe in mere coincidence. We were led to him. For what reason, I'm unsure myself. Only time will tell. Smith, I can feel vast amounts of confusion, sorrow, shame, and relinquished hope coming from your aura. You feel that death shadows you, and you have accepted your demise. Am I right? I squeeze my eyes shut. How did he do that? It's like he was there, on the mountain, down the alley, and in the river, when I gave up and was prepared for my final breath. Could he really sense all that, simply by focusing on me for no more than a few seconds? Yes. I believe your time is nowhere near its end. Dharma speaks softer than a gentle breeze. In fact, I can feel that you've only recently begun living. I stop squeezing my eyes shut and look at him speaking. All of us are on our own journeys in this lifetime, filled with different challenges we must overcome and burdens we individually bear. Some people may live their whole life never once understanding what it truly means to grieve and to grow, while there are others who are faced with unwavering trials and barely given a second to breathe between them. These people are meant to do great things in their lifetime, if and only if they're able to overcome their overwhelming emotions and learn to harness them into something productive, such as art or writings. He pauses briefly to smile at me, then continues. There's an old proverb along the lines of, if something happens once, it may happen again. If it happens a second time, it will surely come in thrice. I sense there is a lesson you're not quite understanding, and so a cycle has begun. I believe until you embody the message being displayed, you will continue down this path of near-death experiences. The more valuable the lesson, the harsher the trial you will endure. Dharma takes my hand into both of his palms and speaks. Your life has meaning. Every moment you are alive is a blessing, Smith. Do not take your days for granted and learn to see the brighter side of a situation. Although it may not be obvious at first, you must trust in your path. The bliss, the stagnant, and the unbearable, they all serve their purpose and lead you to grow into your truest and strongest self. Never lose hope. My eyes fill with tears and my throat gets raspy. Dharma squeezes my hand in between his, then rests it on my chest. I love watching you work, Dharma. Your soul's too good for this world. Ashaka wipes his eyes with his sleeve and clears his throat before saying, So, why'd you get the name Smith? I'm an apprentice blacksmith. Ta-ha! Lacking nuance. I love it. Ashaka chortles. So this Forrest is your master then? Yes. Splendid. I will wait impatiently for his arrival. Ta-ha! He twirls one finger in the air, then jumps off of the vibrant rug beneath him and claps his feet together. I happen to be a whitesmith myself. That was some move he just pulled off. He and Voris should get along well. Whitesmith? There's other colors. Ta-ha! You really are green as a cactus. Again, he chortles. I do all the finishing details on a blacksmith's work. I never knew. I thought it was all done by the same man. Did he make this blade? Ashaka holds up my dagger. It's exquisite work. Please, he made that for me. We couldn't have you armed while uncertain of who you are. Our apologies. Please understand. Dharma responds. okay. I would love to add some stones to this astounding iron. Do you think he would mind? When were you born? What color most appeals to you, Smith? Wow. Ashaka is excitable. Brother! Dharma holds his hand out at Ashaka. Control yourself. There are more important matters to discuss. He lowers his arm and looks back at me. What of your life before your new apprenticeship? I worked in the mines. Forrest said I was a slave. For how long? Since I can remember. They ask a lot of questions. Forrest wasn't even this forward when he first found me. Dharma thinks for a moment. You have quite an advantage in reaching enlightenment. It would seem that you're uninhibited by any social standings, forced beliefs, and standards set by communities. You have no one to accommodate, and no one expecting a predetermined lifestyle for you. Enlightenment? These are very common notions that hold many people back from transcending to higher levels of consciousness. You lack these restraints, although this brings its own set of challenges. You must be self-driven and decisive in your actions, and most importantly, be in control of your own emotions and thoughts, with few outside factors motivating you to continue onward. It will solely depend on you to keep going when times are bad. This is a lot to take in. I see days of wonder in store for your future to balance out these grueling times. You will achieve immeasurable accomplishments in this life. Trust in that, Smith. Why is he saying all of this to me? What happened while I was unconscious? Where are Forrest and Valoria? Taha! You're making his head spin, Dharma. I'm sure he's more concerned with his companions being absent. Ashaka now holds his hand out at Dharma. Where is it you were coming from, Smith? Alba. Alba? Can't say I know of it. Dharma? No, brother. We were heading east, but had to cross the river. Well, the river runs southeast. You must have come from the north quite a ways. I really hope Forrest and Valoria are safe. That loud splash before I blacked out, was it Forrest jumping in to rescue me? Why didn't he manage to save me if it was him? Did he hurt himself? I wonder if Valoria continued on toward the village by herself. I need to regain my strength and go search for them. Let's allow him to rest, brother. Dharma stands up. We do not want to strain him after everything he's been through. Agreed. Ashaka bows to me. Hanji will find them. Do not fret. Rest easy, Smith. They both walk away, leaving me to clay walls and strange aromas. I stare into the grainy ceiling, awaiting their arrival.